I was listening to a podcast earlier, and one of the things they were saying was the more fancier your degree is, the more you're at risk of being disrupted by AI. Whereas if you're a plumber, like the world will always need plumbers. The world will always need people who do physical work, or so that's what they were saying. Whereas if you're like an engineer, I can see how AI would replace a full stack or a front-end engineer within the next year or two. I've done this myself where it's like instead of having to hire out front-end engineers, we've been able to make use of AI assisted, whether it's like a no-code tool or whether it is just like myself having not as good of an understanding as someone whose entire job is developing front-end like websites. I've been able to just like accomplish most of what the project needed to do myself using Cursor or ChatGPT. And I've already seen myself, whereas like a year and a half ago, I would have gone and hired someone. I could just do the work myself being AI assisted. Now, if you think like, 1 to 2 years in the future, I could already see a world where it's like a site like Dbuild, put in like a prompt for a website and it generates it, perfect JavaScript code right out the bat and it already works. So I don't know.
You're right. Like maybe for like things like templating and like basic use, you would get replaced. But like at the end of the day, that kind of is a good thing if you're only doing like basic work. But being a real engineer comes with like designing systems, having context of things, building secure infrastructure around the technology you're building. That is not something I can see being immediately replaced, but like something that just maybe generates a front page, landing page. And yeah. And in a way, it's also a good thing too, because it accelerates us, because something that's like templatable, you shouldn't be spending $120K on a person to just do something that you can already do.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So basically what you're saying is like, the best will win out.